Hi, did you know that tithing isn't just money? It's the law that shapes your reality. Yeah, that sounds better. Hi, everybody. I am here today. I'm just getting everything set up for you so I can share with you. It's the law of tithing. Yes, it is. Welcome to Self Whisper Unplugged. And my name is Phyllis. Why? Yeah, I gotta laugh. The law of tithing, this is gonna be a good one. So I want you to focus. Go get your tea, go get your coffee. I want you to sit down and we're gonna have a nice conversation. Everybody wanna know about tithing. The law of tithing, I'm gonna give you something so special today that you are going to repeat, repeat, listening to this episode. Yes, this particular episode, 86, I'm gonna teach you about three truth. My brain said you're not gonna do that today. That unlock abundance in your mind, body, and soul. Those of you who know me, I'm a holistic person. My coaching is all about consulting, coaching, mentoring is all about holistic. I look at the inside. No hocus pocus. I look at the inside because everything that God did was from the inside. People that concentrate on the outside has that spirit of Sadducees and Pharisees that chased Jesus around and said, how come you do this? How come you did that? How come you're going to do this on the Sabbath? He said, I am the Sabbath. I am is right here within. I'm not going to go into that because y'all know I'll go into the Bible and continue. But those of you who is like, okay, God, give it to me. I know what you're going to say. Tithing is more than just church donation. It's the law of abundance. Now I'm going to say something that some of y'all are going to say, it is not right. You don't know what you're talking about, whatever. I'm going to say this. I feel that, and a lot of rich people do this, Rockefeller. I had an episode about all the rich people that tithe. They didn't necessarily go to a church. Sometimes people will tithe to a organization, something that you like the Cancer Society, which I have done that because I also was a cancer conqueror. So you see how I had to I studied that because I don't like to say survivor. No not against the people that use that word. I use conqueror because I got over it. I conquered it. And I want you to know that I will continue to conquer any illness that comes this way. And that's what everybody should do. One of your goals should be being healthy to get your mission across. Because you can't do God will if if you can't get out of bed, what can you do? Now, I'm not making fun of those people. I'm trying to tell you something real. This is unplugged. The last time I looked, this was self unplugged. So I'm going to unplug this because I'm trying to unplug that. The donation can be. Now, I know the church people in the pastor may get mad because they want all that money to come to them. But it is people that literally just go and donate to the different causes and the children hospital. So I feel that it's something that you give. And it's a 10% of your life. And they say, and I do believe this, 90% of your 90% of your money will be blessed. So when people say, I just can't tithe, I can't do this, you give Uncle Sam your money. You understand? The medical, if you got medical deductions, that comes out. Well, Miss P, I mean, really? Yes, really. You can set up your account that 10% comes right out and go to whatever cause. Some people have multiple cause. Because that 10% is really saying, I trust you, Lord, that you gave me this. And some of you know that those of you who just don't believe in tithes, you know that that money gonna come out anyway. It's gonna come out in your health. You're gonna wake up and wonder why my car always having major problems. That tide is gonna be God gonna get his tide. Okay. Somewhere you're gonna bless the mechanic, you're gonna bless the doctor. Yes, I am unplugging here and I'm just telling you the way it is. I heard somebody preach years ago, and she said a robber will go in the parking lot while you sitting in here and you left your purse in your car, and that robber will be led straight to your car out of all the cars in here because you came into church and said, I'm not giving a dollar. So I have to laugh because it takes me back there. But any case, I feel that you should give your money to a good cause. If it is a church, I always say a ministry. A ministry don't have to have a lot of people. You should be very choosy because if and ask yourself, is that particular ministry uplifting you in the sense of are they feeding your spirit correctly? Now, if you just give into a cause, it could be you, okay, I'm gonna give it to a autistic foundation because I have a son that's autistic. I know what it's like to go through and I want them to do more research. It can be anything like that, cancer survivor. So you can do that. Okay. Fine. Given, think of it like this. It flows with your spirit. You can't give anything. Say if you wanted my pen and I say, hey, I'm giving you this pen, but you see how my hands is locked? You can't get the pen. You can't get the pen till I open it and then you can grab it. Okay. So I said that because there's a lot of ways you can give. You can give grudgingly. Then when the person get the pen, and that's those of you who you go and you give to a foundation, you give to a church. I don't want to be giving mine. I needed that money. I so and so. I ain't giving nothing. I'm gonna be. I don't know what they talking about. I'm giving them $3. See, and then your blessings are gonna unlock, and they're gonna come like this. They're gonna come to the point you won't even notice they there. You're gonna see your blessings going over here to your neighbor, and you're gonna say, "What the blank is going on?" Yes, I just unlocked something for somebody. Again, this is about the laws of tithing. The three proof about it you're going to discover. These three truth about tithing is going to unlock and shift your mindset. That's the purpose of me being here. I'm not going to go deep, but I'm going to go deep enough that I'm going to help somebody. Tithing is energy exchange. Energy, energy, energy. You can't see energy. It will manifest, and when somebody have a really low self-esteem or they is sick or tired, when you go into the hospital, the body language is down. They may walk slanted over or they have their head down. I remember as a teenager, I had a bad, listen, don't look at me. I went through that teenage, not pimples, bumps and everything. And I remember walking down the street like this. So you understand, you seen me or somebody walking with their head down, but what was going on, it started from within. There I go, there I go. You say, here she go again within. But let's look at this. It's an energy exchange. So a lot of us get wrapped up in the money. Well, look at investment. You are investing in something, investment. So when you invest in yourself, and this is what I teach my queens, you are doing something on the inside that's going to manifest. Everybody want to know manifesting. Everybody want to know manifestation. I want to manifest. I want to manifest. It starts within. I don't care what nobody tell you. If you don't fix this is why this episode, or should I say this podcast is self-mastery. You notice every tied in the lines with the spiritual law. It's a spiritual law out there, just like it's physical laws. If you don't believe me, get on the highway and drive like you're on an Autobahn in Germany, I believe, and see what happens. It's a physical law. Don't you think it's a spiritual law? That's the problem. People say, I don't believe, I'm not worried about it. I ain't thinking about God. It's something out there that allows the sun to come out at a certain time and the moon to come out at another time. It is something moving those stars. It is forces out there, bad or good, in the spiritual realm. So once you get over yourself and don't, over yourself to the point where you believe that you as man just put the sun in place and you can go to the sky and you can go to the ocean and jump in and you're going to be fine. Get over yourself. It's something higher than you. And that is the spiritual law. And this is when you hear me say the law of, I'm teaching you the spiritual law. Now, the third thing that you probably didn't even realize, these three things, the energy is the spiritual law. If you don't remember anything, remember this: tide and transform you. I'm going to say tide and transform your life. First of all, it transforms your life because you're going to start attracting your manifestation because you give it. When I went to the spiritual law, you remember I said grudgingly, you want to give with faith, not fear. You ever been to the church and the people are falling out after the tithe or before the tithe because it's like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. Listen, I've been there. I can go back anytime because if you allow yourself the wrong things to go into your ear gate, the wrong people around you. If you sit up there and just indulge and believe in every commercial out that's telling you because you look like you're not supposed to have. And it's an energy. You can't see the energy, the manifestation of your head down. Your body is just like, oh, it's going to manifest on a physical realm. That was good. That was good. I know that was good. With that being said, we are discussing the law of tithing. And I am happy to say that I got some more questions. I am so happy. Listen, if I haven't answered any of your questions, just go ahead and write it down. And I promise you I will send the answer. Okay? But I'm going to stop one moment and I'm going to sponsor Blackology. If you are a Black female and you always felt that you was not enough, you always felt that you was less than, I recommend you to go and get Blackology. Blackology is available everywhere, and it will be not only a health book that we can call it a self-improvement, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a diamond for you. Brown sister, Black sister, it's going to help you. And if you are the Irish sister, if you're Irish sister, if you are Caucasian, if you are fair-skinned, this is going to show you how we see the world. And you're going to start having more respect for us. Because everybody act like they don't like us, but yet they want to be us. Blackology, sponsored by Phyllis Whitley. Okay, everybody, we are ready to go. We are ready to go to the questions. Someone asks, do I have to give 10% of my income? Then spiritually, and then it's a physical side. I feel like if you belong to a church, that it's going to be whatever rules that church set out. Okay? Some of them say 10%, and then some of them want another 1% or maybe more for offering. Follow your pastor. Okay? Spiritually, you might not know that, and I'm guaranteeing you, you're probably hearing it from here. Spiritually, you can give love. Spiritually, you can give more, how should I say, spiritually, it don't have nothing to do with money. Yes. It's not the money, it's the intention on the spiritual realm. So I'm not saying go to your pastor tomorrow and say, oh, well, I'm not giving you anything. You giving more, you giving above. There's nothing wrong with that. You give your tithes, you bless a foundation, but give a smile. You'll be surprised how somebody want to smile. That can be your tithe. Don't let it be 10%. That should be something you do when you get up in the morning. Your kids should see you smiling. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your coworkers. So let the spiritual part of tithing be more than just money. You do it. Do that make sense? I know it makes sense, but I just want you to get it. And if you don't, you know where I'm at. Someone asked one of my team members, said, "What if I have nothing to give?" Oh, everybody got something to give. You can go to your closet right now, and you know you got clothes in there that's over 20 years old. I am stepping on somebody. I don't want to step on your feet. I'm unplugging something. 20 years old, 30 years old. You know you are not going to fit in those clothes. You can take that and you can give to somebody. Nobody don't want these clothes. Do you know that there's people out there that got clothes that have price tags on it? I know you saying, "Hot, well, she must be in my closet." Bags, maybe it was in another generation. You know, you like, oh, I would never go out with this. I'm telling you, give. This is what I teach my mentees. Give. When you give, I once said, one of my mentees, they had all kind of, the house was cluttered. And I suggested that they give because they was always confused. Their mind was going, and I'm gonna give you a little unplug here. When everything is just going bad, look around in your house, and you might say, "My house is clean," and go in your garage, and it's I won't even tell you. I went to somebody. They lift up their. I said, "I didn't know you had a garage," and they lift up their garage, and they said, "I don't use it because it was filled with stuff all the way to the top. Never even used it." Go get a truck and bless somebody with all of those blenders and cookwares that you don't even use. Because when you pass, you know what's going to happen. They're going to come and get it anyway. Now, what was I saying? I think I was talking about the closet. I knew someone, a mentee, and she went, by the time she gave out everything, the truck was coming. I do believe she said it was over 10, 16 or something bags. When all of that left, she said she felt it so good. You understand? You can give. When you start doing that, the rest will come. Now, when it comes down to saying I don't have to give with money, if you got a job, I remember years ago, and I was a waitress. It's no such thing as you can't give. You can't afford not to give. Because what did I say? The money's going to come out some other way. The card will never work. Your roof is leaking. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, I don't believe in that. Well, keep doing what you're doing. So you should be happy. So let's put the scripture to it. Luke 6:38. Luke 6:38. Give and it will be given to you. Now, why would God say that? Why would he say something like that? Why would that be in the Bible? Give and then it will be given to you. Hands open. I don't have nothing to give. I'm not going to give. Hold on to those clothes in the closet. Hold on to all of the exercise equipment that you ain't never stepped your toe on. Hold on to it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And I guarantee you, even this day, this day, we're not gonna go in your past. I guarantee that you are that type of person that everything is upside down. Your life is not gonna be perfect because you're giving tithes. I'm not saying that. But if you don't know how to open and give, you what do you think is gonna happen? He said, I will give, it should be given to you. God will have men come and give to your bosom. That's a whole nother scripture. I've seen it. I witnessed that. My mentees have witnessed that. My mentees didn't even know what it's like to go and try to give. I would say, clean that out. I don't go into your house and say, clean that out. But they know I believe in cleaning out the clutter. So in conclusion, remember this. Tithing is a law. You want to give and you will receive. Please remember that you will receive, and you want to do something else. If you don't remember anything, remember this: sowing into your mind, body, and spirit. The tithe is just a part of it. And you will be surprised. that you will be sitting here smiling saying, life is pretty good. Life is pretty darn good. It is not perfect. I've run into people who haven't seen me in years, and they said nothing but good things. They didn't say I look like Cleopatra, but that would have been another thing. If I wasn't paying my tithe, I don't know what to do. I know this because I remember paying my tithes, and I was getting help from the government. Did I unplug it someone? It was a method that I used. So what it is that I am trying to say to you, or what I said to you, was the three truths that unlocks abundance in your life. I am so happy that you came into my space. Now, what I want you to do is unplug, transform, excuse me. You might be transferring some money around. I want you to unplug, transform, and manifest your promised land daily. It is a mindset. For some of you say, you can't live in your promised land. You can't. It's a mindset. And I'm going to get on that one. You're going to see that in one of my episodes so I can explain to you when God was talking about the promised land, because the promised land was a physical thing. But see, now what we're doing, and you're going to find out that it's all right here within yourself. And remember, if loving yourself is right, you don't want to be wrong.